Hey everybody, hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Jarrett Talk Interview as I interview people that have their own YouTube channel or business. Tonight I have a special guest with me. Originally it was supposed to be on April 10th, but we had she had take us a business and then she got sick and all that other stuff, man. And now she's all feeling better and all that stuff. And I'm glad to have her on my channel. Boogie time, welcome to my channel.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
So please tell the people that do not know about you about your channel and how to get the name Boogie Time.
Okay, so my friend used to call me Shay Boogie. My real name is Shayla. So
Mm-hmm.
he would call me Shay Boogie. I like the boogie part. So um I just started to feel like this is my time. It's boogie time. And I also like because it makes you think of dancing and fun. So I was like boogie time, it go together. And on my channel it's a variety of um my podcast, Winging It with Positivity, as well as my podcast with Also Ravishing, which is Love Talk, where we talk about relationships and love. And I also have vlogs that I do. Just my single life or my day to day life. You'll see a lot of appearances from my mother, who's also my best friend. Um, and yeah, so we just keep it positive. Just sharing, what I'm learning. I'm also on my health journey. Just trying to lose some weight, just make better decisions. So that's pretty
That's
much boogie time.
that's true. Were you nervous when you started your channel?
When so I had my account shows like I think January 2019 because I would use it, before. Just I had tried different stuff with YouTube before, like a video here there, but I was never consistent. Excuse me. Um, but then I would say around last year, around June, July, I start being consistent. So
Mm-hmm.
I like to count from that point on. Before that, I would sometimes because I had my Winging It with Positivity podcast for about since 2022. So I would post episodes there, but I wasn't really using my YouTube channel to network and stuff like that. It was just on my own, not really using it, and it wasn't boogie time yet. So I would say as of last year, around June, is when I started being consistent and stuck with a name and did boogie time, and yeah. So we're
Oh,
going
okay.
for a year, yeah.
So you won nervous being on get front of the camera.
Any fear of the camera?
I said, were you nervous getting in front of the camera? Were you nervous?
I think a little bit, maybe, but not too bad. Um, because with the podcast, I was doing interviews there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a playlist with all my Winging It with Positivity interviews. So I was
Mm-hmm.
doing those interviews with either my friends or people I've met through Facebook. And so I was I wasn't using StreamYard, but I was using like Zoom and stuff. So I was in the front of the camera doing that. So that kind of helped make it easier to come on back on YouTube.
Did you ever when you did your Zoom interviews or anything, did you ever write down what you're gonna talk about, or you ever you got everything on your memorized before you start doing it?
I usually I have questions that I send them beforehand. And usually I would just ask them, based off the questions that I had planned to ask them ahead of time. Sometimes there will be certain questions and things that I'll ask there on the spot, long as they're like follow up questions to what they say. But most of the time, I'll have like some questions ahead of time.
So do you have a set schedule when you go live on your channel, or do you ever like what
So,
you go live every day, or you just have a set schedule going live?
so right now, the only set schedule I have is on Sundays with Also Ravishing Love Talk, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, and we do that
Mhm.
for an hour.
And what do you ever before you go live? Do you ever like sit there before you hit the go live button and say you ever talk to yourself like this gonna be a good live or do you ever that kind of stuff?
I would say, I mean, most of the time it's with kind of like with my co-host. Um, Also, like we'll be excited about if we have guests, because we have guests a lot, and we still have plenty of other people to reach out to and interview. But yeah, we usually are excited talking to our guests, and I mean, to preparing to talk to our guests and stuff. So we usually can feel like when it's going to be a good show, because we already have the questions, and then we'll do like a game or whatever. And so yeah, so I would say yeah.
What the what are what's the best thing being a YouTuber of your channel? What in other words, what the pros and cons being a YouTuber on your channel?
I would say the pros is you get to gain your confidence more and more over time. You get to be creative, meet people, um, opportunity. There's opportunity to get monetized and make
Hmm.
income. Um, a con or a couple cons would be you should have you need to have boundaries with it. So it can take up a lot of your time. So it's important to have a balance. I've right now slowed down a bit with how much I was doing throughout the day on there, because it can take a lot of your time up.
Hmm.
Um, it can be discouraging at times because a video that you think might do better might not get the views that you want, even if you put more effort into the thumbnail. It's sometimes the videos that you think are gonna do great don't, but a video that you don't think is gonna do as good will do better. And so stuff like that. It's unpredictable, which could be a good thing, but it could also be like a discouraging thing, because you don't know what's gonna happen or how things are gonna unfold. So it could be a little discouraging at times. And also I would say it's not easy, to me to get your watch time. You have to really have a loyal audience. You have to continue growing and networking, and of course, mainly getting better. And so it's not easy to get there. I'm still working on it. So I would say those are pros and cons.
Do you ever get well? You asked my next question. Do you ever get frustrated when the video or live don't go where you want it?
I haven't really gotten real frustrated. Like, I don't know if it's frustrated, but it just be like, oh wow, I thought this video would do better. But it's not like frustrating. I think what's frustrating probably is just the rules of what you have to do to get monetized and stuff, because I feel like I put a lot of work in. So, and it's like, I know that getting monetized is just one step. Like, you still got to go work hard. That's not the end goal. That's not the end all. But it's just like, being that I've been putting the time in consistently for basically about a year now, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, I'm ready to I'm ready to see a return on my investment of my time, and even the money that I put forth into it. So
Do you ever watch your videos or live, and do you ever sit down and once like when you get done with your lives or video, do you ever run it back and watch it over and make sure it, uh the way you want it?
after I make my video, well, if I edit it, I go through it and watch it. Sometimes there have been times I haven't really watched it too much through. Like the video I'm dropping tomorrow is completely
Hmm.
unedited. 'Cause it's just as is. I barely did a thumb. I mean, it has a picture that's a thumbnail. Cause I feel like with this video I'm dropping tomorrow, it just needs to be simple. It don't need all the edits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I just record and put it out there. But yeah, sometimes like if I'm doing my podcast that's pre-recorded, I'll play that back because I have to edit it, and add stuff to make it look a little better.
What? How long does it take for you to edit one video?
Honestly, for me, not very long. Like it could probably maybe it depending on how long it could maybe be like 15 minutes. Maybe it depends on how long the video is, because
Mm-hmm.
usually I know I'm gonna add maybe some little music, for certain stuff. Probably do a caption or whatever, a couple transitions if it's on there. So it's usually quick, and I don't do it when I edit. I don't do a hard edit. Like I'm not trying to like edit myself out the video. So like I don't mind if there's little imperfections like in it. And then now we have like these softwares that have the AI edit. So it's like that will help clip stuff too. So that makes it fast. So it doesn't really take me too long to really edit too bad. It depends.
Okay.
Like if it's a longer vlog, that could take a little longer because I have to cut some stuff out and sometimes silence the background noise, do a voiceover. It depends. But even still, it doesn't take me as long as some people say when they talk about editing their videos. You know, maybe because the type of editing I do, some people are real thorough and real like, you know, but
What? I know. I know when you over at Craig Change, Bit Jats and live and stuff, and y'all having a good time playing music and all that kind of stuff. But when you do yours, are you worrying about getting copywritten, copyrights?
all my when I do when we play music,
Yeah.
my music I write my music, so I don't really worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I don't play like music that isn't mine. I had a live up from a couple months ago for my cousin's birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
and they had music in the background, and I didn't get a claim or strike, but I ended up just taking that video down anyway, just so I wouldn't have any issues. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually play music in my videos, so I don't have to music that isn't mine, so I don't have to deal with that. You know.
What the what the I know it I know it's Big Jet asked you like with the crazy I'm gonna put it this way. When you get done, do you ever read the comments and if it's positive well I want to say let's put it this way. I know that positive comment, but if you find anything like negative comments, do you ever keep them or do you ever like delete them like completely? And
Um.
if they find anything then that concern. I mean, you know what I mean. You know, I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. So not really. So on the StreamYard or edits, like I mean, the interviews. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Those. I think we might have had maybe someone that might have been a kind of being a troll, but it wasn't really clear.
Mm-hmm.
That was after, and I don't know how to really delete them inside StreamYard. When those comments play. But I have had like trolls before on my journey. Like I had a short. It's private right now, but it had went viral. It has like 44,000 views on it, and
Wow.
it was just doing a simple little dance, nothing as crazy to the boogie time. But I
Mm-hmm.
got some people. It was a lot of good comments of strangers. Some people flirting, some people, but unfortunately there was a couple basically racist comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No matter how they put them, they were being racist, and a couple were talking about my weight. And one person was said something about, oh, this there's nothing better else to do on the on the else better to do
On the
on.
camera. On
Yeah, yeah, and she
yeah.
said and said something, and honestly, you're not even that good. But I'm not. I never said I was a professional dancer. All I did was just be myself, just being silly, And I guess, I wasn't a professional dancer, so I didn't please that person. But I just said to them, well, I was, more or less, I'm sorry. I ain't basically that my moves didn't impress you, but you know, thank you for the watch time anyway. I mean, for watching. And I
Right.
kept their comment. They didn't respond back because there's nothing for them to really say. And a couple of the comments I actually kept up there. A couple of them I erased. It just really depends. But yeah.
The let's get with the your live on Sundays.
Hmm.
Do you when do you and your co-host talk before y'all actually go before you hit the go live button?
Yeah.
And do you ever like what do I'm trying to say? Encourage each other that y'all that the live will go well.
Yeah. 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 Like we're usually and it's gotten even easier as time went on. Like, because we've grown more comfortable and but yeah, like we always talk before we go live and after. Because after it's always a great live with great guests. So we're always just like still so hyped and reading the comments that we didn't get to see during the stream. Because even though you go through the chat and stuff, if we have time, depending on the guest, it's always a comment that you miss. So, but yeah, we always talk beforehand, go over a couple things before we go live, and we always chat afterwards too.
Do you do when the person come in the chat? Who who's in charge of the popping up the name on the who's on in the chat? You or your co-host?
Actually, both of us. At one point we talked about um one person doing it, but honestly, we both just we get a feel for each other, so we can kind of feel when someone's about to show something. So we'll be like, oh, oh, you see this comment or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then she or I will pull it up, and we just kind of both share comment reading and stuff on the chat. Yeah.
So when Boogie time came around, did you make the? I know you got the name, but did somebody ask want you to go live on YouTube, or was it your idea to say, hey, I'm gonna go live and want to like be myself?
Well, oh, well, like, was it my idea to
Was
go
it
on
your
YouTube?
yeah? Was it your idea, or was it your mom's idea to want to get on YouTube and start your own channel and what you doing now? What you doing now?
Myself. I decided myself to go on there because I would watch people, grow. And I've seen certain YouTubers like grow up over the years. Like I've seen one YouTuber in particular, Miss P TV. And I've seen her through college up until now. Um, she's married and has a son. You know what I mean? So I've seen her throughout the years, and I always kind of thought her vlogs and stuff was cool. A lot of stuff that she was doing, I'm getting to do it now, and I just was interested and felt like I could just try it. So I was like, I'm gonna go for it, see what happens, type of thing.
Two questions. Who was the first YouTuber that you watch and learn from? And the second question is, who is your dream and who is your dream guest that you want to be on your channel?
Ooh,
Like,
oh my goodness, that's okay. Okay, so I would say the YouTuber will be the person I mentioned, Miss PTV. Um,
mm-hmm,
and she's a good channel. She's not like a big YouTube star, but she's been up there for years, and I like seeing her pivot and try different things because she did vlogs, she did hauls, she did reactions. She did all type of stuff, and I was interested in it all. She just kept my interest.
Mhm.
For a guest,
Dream guest, not this ordinary guest, a dream guest that you never had on your channel. I know I'm on the list, but who
right?
is your, like your number one? Who is your number one dream guest that you want to be on your channel?
That's right, Jarrett. Let's see.
That you
Uh,
never had on your channel.
oh my goodness. Who? Okay, it's for so maybe in my head, who just popped in my head for some reason. Probably Carrie Hilson, singer, because
Oh, ooh,
yeah, because
yeah.
she writes music. She used to sing too, but she writes music too, and I write music as well. So yeah,
Carrie Hilson.
yeah.
It, speaking of that, have you met her in person?
No,
You want to meet her one day?
yeah,
Someday, someone
yeah. Well, look at
they come to your town. Oh, oh, okay. What the have you been to our concerts?
I have not been to a concert. I had, but I loved her first album, In a Perfect World, and I know that she wrote a lot of music. So, and I watched an interview of hers recently on the Breakfast Club because it was a whole situation, you know, where the thing with her and Beyonce, where she was that wrote. I don't know if you were familiar, but with that whole thing with her writing a
Yep.
song and a lot of Beyonce fans not messing with her because of it. But come to find out, she didn't even write that song, and her label pushed her to perform that song. And
Mhm.
come to find out, another popular songwriter actually wrote it. And but it was just interesting her just being honest and sharing that experience and how what she learned and not letting the industry, you know, tear people apart and all that stuff. And I just like how she spoke and everything. So I was like, yeah, she seemed like a cool person to have a deep conversation with and just learn from because she had, she wrote so much music and a lot of stuff. So
If you had one question for her, what could it be? If you end up running into this conversation right now,
yeah,
and if she's if you had one question for her, what could it be?
um, can you listen to one of my songs I wrote? Yeah,
Okay.
I, I,
I,
I would love to because she's a good writer, so I would love to like hear her thoughts and stuff, and
Mhm.
I feel like she would like them. I think, and then probably my follow up question would be, can we collaborate? And then my next question would be, can you come on Love Talk?
Look, on my dad, that child right there is gonna be a hard to get. I'll tell you that right now.
Her to get her on
I'll
Love
tell you that
Talk.
right now. Cause look, if you ask me that same question about who my dream guest, shoot, it's gonna be a long list. I'll tell you that right
Yeah.
now.
Oh
But
yeah. It's a lot of people. It was hard to say from even that, but yeah.
I heard while watching Big Jets interview, so I'm learning from that. I heard that you had a book out.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me see it. I want the people to see the book because I want to know what made you write that book, and
You
I
you
want
want me
yeah,
to,
give me the details about it.
you want me to grab the book?
Go ahead, grab the book. Like you asked, I want people to see it.
Okay.
I want to know because I know Craig Chain was talking about it, and Chain was talking about it, and I was like, okay, Big Jack was talking about it on that. Let me see it. So
So it's
which
called
one?
Her Psalms. Um so in the Bible we have the book of Psalms.
Mm-hmm.
So this book is, and a lot of the Psalms are, poems and songs. So her songs from myself are, poems and just prayers to God about different things in my life.
Mhm.
The- you know, good moments, high moments, confusion, being betrayal, all those
Mhm.
different things. Just because I like the Book of Psalms. I know many of them, and not all of them, but I know many of them
Mhm.
were written by King David, and I just feel like I connected with a lot of the things that is in the actual Book of Psalms. Just how vulnerable it is, and how, like, even in moments of fear, despair, the happiness and praising and stuff like that. So you get that here in her Psalms, and just like how the Book of Psalms has 150 um Psalms in it, this book has
Mhm.
150. Just like it, I kept it to that.
Mhm.
The Psalms are not necessarily formatted like the Bible, though. They have various lengths. Some are really short, some are longer. I just wrote them from my own way. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed this, and it's something that you can kind of pick it up on any page and just read it. It doesn't have to be read in order. It takes you on a journey. Um, and I like literally living life as I'm going through it, and different things have happened throughout the course of me writing 150 Psalms. So it's like it's interesting. Like, I was in a different place from when I started
Mhm.
to ended the book. Put it that way.
So you wrote that book from your heart, or you just wrote it from like the Bible and stuff. So you took
From
someone from the Bible and wrote someone from your heart.
Yeah, they all written from my heart. They're just inspired by um the Psalms of the Bible, but they're all my own experiences, my own questions, thoughts, and stuff,
Mhm.
pain and challenges. You know,
So where we gonna get this copy of this book? So
What-
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's being published, where we gonna find to get this copy of this book?
it's available. It's on Amazon right now.
Okay.
Yes, it's on
All right.
Amazon.com right now. It's available.
So all you gotta do is go to Amazon.com and type the name, and they can find it. They can find
Yeah,
it on there.
yes.
Okay.
Type in her Psalms, and my name is Shayla Martin, and you'll see this picture here. This is a proof copy, so it has the this little line here, but this line wouldn't be there. But yeah, you'll see this, and this is it. If anybody's interested.
Oh, that's great, Dan. I know it. I know it'll take a long time for you to write that book, I know writing books it's a long time, but how long did it take for you to actually write that book?
For me, it's probably a few months, maybe 4 months, probably not too long. Um, yeah, because sometimes it came out back to back, but I still took my time, because it could have possibly came out sooner, but I didn't want to force it. Like, so like I was like actually, took little breaks in between and just, wrote from the heart. So
Uh, what the? I know I'm go back. Where when did you start your channel? Like what year did you start? Now I mean not now, but when you actually started, what year did you start your channel? Open your channel before you started making content,
I think it was 2019.
and then you start your content when?
So I had like a video baking cookies and making a chef salad, like random stuff. You get what I mean? Back
Mhm.
then, but it was spaced out. And then I started around 2022. You'll see some episodes of my podcast, Winging It with Positivity. So I would post those because I had them on Spotify, and then I put just the put on YouTube just to have another place to have this stuff. And then fast forward to 2024, last year is when I start doing like regular vlogs, like consistent. And then I had first my name was So Boogie. I had a couple of
Okay.
different names, and then I had I think before that it was Faith, Food, and Inspiration. And then it went to Soul Boogie because I wanted to use something with the boogie. So I played with the different names, and then it be Boogie Time, and so yeah. But I was
So,
I was being consistent around June last year.
when you try to make sure that the names that you mentioned don't duplicate to the people that already had the name.
That and I wanted something unique, but something that also made sense to people could find it. So I just kind of went back and forth, but it was something about that Boogie Time. Especially once I start meeting people just was liking the name. I liked how they would respond to it and stuff, and it
Mhm.
just reminded me of how I try to be. So I was like, Boogie Time, that's just gonna stick, and let the channel speak for itself.
When the now I'm not talking about shorts or anything. What's the longest video or live have you done, and the short video and live have you done? I can include the love talk. I can include the long talk. But what's the shortest and the longest video or live have both y'all done?
Shortest video in live we done. The shortest one might have been about probably more recent one, 55 minutes. I think they usually, and I think the longest one was probably was like an hour and 23 minutes. We went over a little bit, started playing games, but it doesn't go over an hour and 20 minutes. We really like to stick it to about an hour. You know.
So you just try to stick with the half an hour to an hour kind of live stream. So you don't want to go over a half an hour.
It can go over a half an hour because Love Talk goes over a half. But because we have a guest, because we play an icebreaker, and then we have our questions, and then sometimes try to save time for the chat to ask questions if they want. So our perfect amount ideal what we try to aim for is like an hour. You
Okay,
know.
so that's what I was doing on my channel. It's like I'm trying to make sure that people have already got something to do. I'm just trying to get them in and get them out of there. So they won't miss anything. So,
Yeah.
do you have any kind of advice with people who want to start that YouTube channel, their YouTube journey, or for you want to do music or write a book or whatever? What kind of advice you want to get when you want to get to them that they want to look up to you?
Yeah. Okay. I would tell them don't overthink it. Just get started. And I will also tell them always aim to improve. Always look to improve. So even though you just get started and you go for it, um, always have a mindset of looking to grow and learn. Don't think you have it all figured out, and don't stress it too much, because when you think it's gonna go this way, like I was just saying earlier, how you have a video that you think is gonna do better, but the other one
Mhm.
doesn't. So don't overthink it. You know what I mean? Don't be stagnant. Just go for it, and post something, and just be as consistent as you can for what works for you, and always have a mindset, a growth mindset, where you can always grow and think of ways that you can grow over time. Like for myself right now, I'm working on, even though I'm slowed down a little bit with content, I'm working on
Mhm.
how I can fix some thumbnails from before, with just certain things I could tweak that I've learned along the way. So always be looking to learn, and always be looking to just move and go for it.
Do you love? Do you? Yeah, I'm not putting you on a hot seat. I'm not putting nobody on a hot seat. But do you love what you do on your channel?
Yeah, Yep.
So if you weren't doing YouTube, what would you have other options or opportunities you want to do if you weren't doing YouTube?
I would be still have my podcast like how I was doing it before I even put stuff on YouTube. I would
Hmm.
still be doing that, and probably if I was still on Facebook, I would probably be sharing that on Facebook, the podcast. And yeah, I would be doing a podcast probably.
Do, do you go live on Facebook or just on YouTube only?
I'm not even on Facebook. I got off Facebook back in September,
Mm,
but I don't think I might have gone live maybe on Facebook maybe like once. I never was up,
you know,
yeah. I
uh,
feel like now I have more of a reason to. I mean, not that you could. I guess anyone can go live on Facebook if they want to, but now since I'm like a content creator, I feel more like it's more worth doing. You know,
what the what the I know it's the easiest part being the being a YouTuber, but what's the hardest thing being a YouTuber? What's the hardest thing? What's the hardest part of being a YouTuber? Is it the time? Is it the place? What's the hard part?
the hardest part is um, it's just not probably moving as fast as I would like it to with certain things, like like because you can believe that this is something great, but it's a lot of things like algorithm and all this stuff that matter. So that's the hard part because you don't know how well a video is going to do when people's taste and desires change, and sometimes what people like, the content they might like, or what's popular might not be what you feel like really doing. You know, like I might like let's say for instance, like I know my food videos, which I love cooking, but I know my food videos tend to do better than probably my podcast episodes will do, you know. And I could have a topic that I'm really, passionate about, what I think is good, but that might have lower video views than when I made my Easter dinner.
Mm,
And so it's just kind of like that's hard too because it's like just because you really want this one to take off don't mean it will. So it's just kind of like a roll of the dice.
I know you mentioned cooking. If you doing, if are you thinking? Do you ever think about thinking? Are you thinking about setting up a second channel, or you want to keep everything on one on Boogie Time itself?
I technically have a second channel, Boogie Time Music. Right now, I did put I have the Boogie Time Music kind of it's not deleted, it's kind of deactivated right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I can get it back at any time because I moved my music to my main page, which I was gonna keep them separate at first. But it's some people that, and I made a playlist just of it because watch hours. We want to get watch hours and stuff too. And it's
Mm-hmm.
some people that don't know about the Boogie Time Music. So I was like, you know what, I could figure out more of the um niche and all that stuff later about what I want to do because I really want Boogie Time, the whole brand, to be all of it. You know what I mean? Like my music is kind of like a soundtrack that I put in my vlogs, so it's all kind of relevant to me anyway. You know, so I just have so I have the music there right now on Boogie Time because a lot of people that are knowing me and get to know me are associating me with music anyway, which is good. That's what I wanted. So but yeah, I do still have the second page, and once I become monetized and stuff, I think I will um you know activate the second one back and have music there. I'm just still playing with it honestly, but I do have the music on this page right now too. And but it's on its own playlist. for
Oh, so
people.
did you go live on the second channel, or you just put like before you then it wasn't permanent delete. So did you move the music from that channel to your main channel as like videos itself?
No, so the videos are technically still on the other page, but they can't see it right now because it's deactivated. It's almost like it don't exist right now. But but I'm gonna put it back up. But it's just it's like how you deactivate your Facebook. That's kind of what I did to that page right now.
Okay,
But the
okay,
videos are still there. Yeah.
okay. So it's not completely deleted. It's on standby just in case you want to bring it back up and we do it and make
Yeah.
it and make it. Okay, okay. I see what. But
Mhm.
what I know how and it's only live on that channel, or do you ever put like permit? Let's put it that way on both channels. Do you do you put premiere on both of those channels, or you just post or it's only videos up?
So I have on the music page, I have just music, and I did go live once, and I have a couple shorts on the music page. For Boogie Time, I have a bit of everything. I have the live streams, the regular videos, and shorts.
And when you do look at them, do you watch all your videos, or you just watch the ones that you love to watch? Like what's the what's the one video or live that you love to watch over and over, and you want we do it. I mean, we make them put it that way. We mix.
Um, well, for the music page, is certain. Like I think I'll play like some of the music back, because I like to listen to my own music, even though I have some files, have the files on my phone.
Hmm.
And as far as I don't really watch my live streams back too much. I don't really watch too much of my actual videos back. I probably should, but I will say, when me and Oso had our celebration of our subscribers about a week ago, I
Hmm.
have watched some of that back, because that was a fun celebration we had. So I watched that, and because we had a little music playing and stuff, and we had our bonnets on, so that was fun.
You had your buns. Wait a minute, you had your buns on there.
Yeah, we
I'm
had
glad.
small bonnets.
I'm glad I didn't see that. I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I'm glad I
you
didn't
can
see
watch it.
that.
Also, you
Man.
gotta watch it. We had our bonnets on, and we had some guests that came on and wore their bonnets and their scarves and stuff too. That
So
because we left it open to whoever wanted to. We had the link for StreamYard. Whoever wanted to pop
mhm,
on, they
yeah.
popped on, and they had their stuff on too. It was fun.
So y'all have look. So y'all basically have little girl. What? I don't know. I ain't gonna say it. Y'all have little girls' night live on that particular day.
You could say that, but it was not even just girls. It was everybody.
Okay. I'm limited to it. I don't want to get left out.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you could have came through. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
everybody, guys
But
and
yeah,
girls.
but yeah, I'm in there. I'm glad at 6 o'clock every Sunday, and you go live from 6 to 7 or what's
Yes,
the longest?
six to seven.
What 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, and then when you get done, you don't ever like watch it back or anything. You just like just leave it alone, and if it get copyright or anything, do you leave it up if it get copywritten, or you leave it alone?
I don't. I mean, I have had videos that in the past I have had a copyright claim on it, but not a strike, and they say that
Hmm.
you don't have to do nothing to it.
Hmm.
So I just left it alone.
Okay.
I haven't had without live streams or anything like that. I don't have. We don't have those issues because we don't play no music, but except for music
What kind
that
what
is
kind of music do you play on your on the Boogie Time anyway. When Craig Change and Shine and Big Jack, when y'all get together, what kind of music y'all actually play when y'all go live together?
Well, so the thing is, when I was a guest on Big Jack's live, my portion was pre-recorded. So mine was a poem I pre-recorded and I just sent to him. But they I believe usually do their own music. I thought, but I know some people I think might do do some covers too. So I don't
Mhm.
know exactly how that works when it comes to performing covers and stuff like that. But I haven't had any copyright issues, um, in a while.
Okay, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And what when are you going? When you going live again on
We are,
your?
yes, I'm going live again this Sunday, which is great because I we want everybody to come in and come through because Mother's Day will be coming up soon. So this Sunday we have my mom, Mama Bowman, who's also a YouTuber. She's gonna be a guest, and we're gonna have some fun stuff in store with her. And then after that, we're off for 2 weeks because actual Mother's Day. So Oso's a mother, and I'll be with my mom. So we won't be doing nothing that Sunday. And the following week we won't be either because I'll actually be going to New Orleans, and I'll be meeting Oso and some other New Orleans YouTubers. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm excited for that. And actually that week is my birthday too. My birthday is the 19th. So I'll be in New Orleans at that time.
Wait, hold on. Wait. 19 of what?
May.
I'll put that on the calendar, and I'll make sure I shout you out on your birthday, and I'm gonna tag you into my. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
but your mom have a YouTube channel?
Yes. Mama Bowman living life. Yep.
Okay. And what? Okay. What does your mom do on her channel? What kind of content that she does on her channel?
She has like more or less like daily vlogs. And on Wednesdays she does coffee break Wednesdays. My mother's a caretaker, so she takes
Okay.
care of. She has two elderly clients that she takes care of, two cute, sweet ladies. And she's a pup. She has two daughters. Me and my
That's
sister.
what you on the list.
Yeah, yes. And she's a pup mom too. Yeah, she had a little puppy, so you'll see him sometime. But she'll just take us on her journey. She's also trying to get some walking in and get healthier. She does some cooking also too. She's made some good meals and stuff. But yeah, more or less her day-to-day stuff, which what she does with her clients and stuff at work, and some cooking. So like vlogs and cooking. And she's gonna be kind of showing more travel because my mother loves to travel. Like she's always booking a trip or something for us to do. So
Mhm.
you'll see some of that too.
So we're gonna see a mama daughter collaboration video together.
That I mean, she's in my vlogs sometimes anyway. But that's a really good idea. Maybe. You giving me an
And I
idea?
mean,
Maybe I'll just
not just visually. I mean, one channel together. And I want to see like a
oh
mama daughter
channel
channel
that.
together kind of thing.
That's a really great idea. And you know what's so funny? We've talked about that before. And I'm gonna mention that to her because I think that would be really good because we're really comfortable around each other. She's gotten experience with YouTube now and she's loving it. So it will be really cool to do that and show a healthy mother-daughter relationship. And so I'm gonna talk to her. I'll probably talk to her about that tonight, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And I
Getting
and
an
you're
idea.
and you're the person I'll email you and tell you, Jarrett, we gonna do it. I will let you know.
Uh-huh.
Or
Make sure I'll make sure I'm on that list. Come over your channel. So
course.
I'm already free. I'm already free next month. So after like I said, I have two interviews. I mean, yeah, I got two interviews from the third and the fourth. But from the fifth on, I'm actually free. So you just
I would
come snatch me off my grind to come over your channel.
I would
Um,
love to have you come on my channel. Yeah. So for Love Talk, we have guests up until June. I think the second week or so of June. So
okay.
um so I don't, we could talk about that. But then too, for myself with winging it, I haven't gone live myself in a while. So
Mm.
but yeah, when I do start doing live shows with winging it again, I'll also be in touch with you so we can, because I only did one guest so far live, which was fishy things, but I want to do more guests, so we definitely got to talk.
I would but say that about your mom. Did your mom go live on her channel, or does she just do videos and shorts and stuff?
She just does videos and shorts, but she has a couple lives on her channel. We did a couple nights where we played like a game, which was fun. She just got 400 subscribers, so
Ooh,
proud of her. Yep.
we're
Um,
gonna wrap it up then. Okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
so she'll be going live again soon. She just did a video today because you know how you have to have like your watch hours and like that whole by your anniversary date before some fall off, or I don't know exactly how that works, but basically her anniversary date is coming up soon,
Mm.
so she's going to not really go hard until after sometime this month, and she'll start going live more after that, you know.
Okay. I might have to. I might have to have mama in the view queue one day. One day. It is up to you. It is up to you though. I'm have to get. I have to get permission from the daughter first. I have to get. But I do the
Ah,
interview with mama.
you got it. You got it.
You know how I'm not. I'm trying to be nice. You know.
There
But
you go.
all says it though, I want to thank you for coming on my channel to get to know you a little better and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and all that stuff. But I want to thank you for take your time and get to know you and stuff. So I would love to have you back on my channel soon later. And like I said, if you free, come on my big channel, hang out with me for a while. Cause I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I know you at night at 8 o'clock. So if you're available, come hang out with me for a while and that kind of stuff. Tell your friends, your family, your mama, all that good stuff, and just hang out. Just come hang out with me.
I would love that. Thank you for having me. I had fun.
So tell the people again what your serious if you in here. I want Boogie Time Tarot series your mama channel, your channel, and the book. And we'll leave out of here.
All right. So my channel is called Boogie Time, but you can find me at Boogie Time TV if you type in at Boogie Time TV, so you can find me specifically. My mother's channel is Mama Bowman Living Life. Um, Mama Bowman Living Life, no G, just living life. You'll find her. And my book, Her Psalms, right here, by Shayla Martin. That's my name. That's available on Amazon.com right now.
And as for that, we're done. And we're gonna get you out of here. And I know you got something else to do. So again, thank you for coming by. And let me know when you want me on your channel and do the same thing. Cause I want look. I won't lay it down on your channel. I want to
All
tell you that right there. I
right.
don't lay it down on your.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I appreciate that, and I'll see you soon. All right.
All right. See you
All
soon.
right.
Nice to meet
Bye bye.
you.
Y'all, that was one of the funniest Kenyan Boogie Time. I got a chance to get to know her better, and she been on multiple channels with Jack and um, Craig Change and Shine and all that stuff. I think of Shine. Shine will be on my channel the third on in May. So that will be coming very soon. Actually, a couple of days. I'm sorry, a couple of days. And Miss Shirley, I need to I want you to email me ASAP. If you have not subscribed to, if you have not emailed me about your interview, about the interview, please email me on. Let me find them. If Miss Shirley, I want you to email me. If you get a chance, this is my email address. I want to personally talk to you about for your interview on my channel. And I'm sorry. I think I did do an interview with you. I'm sorry. I thought I did, but I didn't. But other than that, I'll see y'all on the 3rd, May 3rd, with Shine Dig at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I will be here I will be here on Saturday and Sunday, and I will not be here. I will be here Friday on the big channel. Will not be here on Friday or anything. But I see y'all on the 3rd and the 4th with Shine Dig and my dentist. And I love y'all. I'll see y'all on the 3rd. All right. Peace.